now going into the season?
Honestly, I'm super proud of Ty, just not only as a football player, but as a leader. He's evolved as a human being, if I'm being honest. That's the simplest way I could pull it. Just even with his confidence throwing the ball, he's letting it go, and he could do like this if he wanted to, just because he knows his guy's going to make a play for him. So super excited for him.
What's the difference between his ball and Milroe's ball?
Honestly, I mean, they have two different playing styles, but honestly, what's the biggest difference? I don't know. I don't
just
think
ball in the air is all
yeah.
I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think there's that much of a difference. Yeah, no.
How ready does Ty, just from your perspective, seem for his first start going on the road this week?
Honestly, I think that Ty's been ready for a while. Just with the way he's attacked this offseason, just being here at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and I'm bumping into him, I'm going to get stretched, and he's coming out of the film room, just little things like that. It's all about preparation, and he's prepared.
Ron, how good can this offense be?
Honestly, I think it could be the most explosive offense in the country, and that's just a testament to our staff, our guys, just focusing on the little things throughout this offseason, just always being on the same page. I mean, it could be the most explosive in the country.
What has to happen for that to become a reality?
Honestly, just us continue to be on the same page, and, yeah, that's really it.
Have you seen your role in this offense grow and change from year one to year two?
Honestly, the only difference between year one and year two, I mean, year one, I moved around a little bit, but, this year I have opportunity to, affect in different ways, whether that's in, out, just helping out more guys.
Last year, y'all struggled as far as depth is concerned outside of you and Jeremy at receiver position. What have you seen Isaiah Horton and Derek Meadows and Rico Scott and guys like that?
Honestly, we like I just said, we're about 9 deep in the receiver room that could really guide guys that could really go. So, that's definitely not a problem this year.
Coach DeBoer said, I think you just kind of alluded this a little bit, but Coach DeBoer said we might see a little bit more of you in the slot this year. For you, what's the difference between playing the slot and playing outside?
Honestly, I really get to, because on the outside, you're just focusing on the perimeter, because, that's a whole nother battle. Like, you have the box and the guys on that side of the field, and on the outside, whenever you just have that one-on-one, that's a whole nother battle that people really don't understand. But whenever I'm in the slot, I get to see the whole field and, really get an opportunity to help the guy right beside me, really get to be a part of the play and not just a one-on-one perimeter guy.
We heard that from Deontay that Bach's doing a little scout team QB. What is he like? Obviously played in high school, but what is he like out there as a scout team QB?
I looked over there and he was pulling. He hit somebody with a fake pump and took off. So I mean, he got it in him. And I'm just honestly, I'm super proud of our guys. Everybody understanding that it takes all of us in this season in order for us to do what we want to do. And him just going over there and attacking the scout field, that's just a testament of our guys so far.
Is it giving you some flashbacks to the state title game?
Yeah, I try not to look over there too often. He almost made me mad.
You're a guy that came in with some high expectations last year. How did you manage those? And then do you have any advice for maybe Ty entering his first year as a starter? I know he's older than you, but managing those expectations.
Honestly, when you have the guys that we have in the locker room, it's you don't make it bigger than what it is. You could just focus on playing for your brothers, and whenever you just play for the man right beside you, all the expectations go out the window, and you end up playing better than what anybody expects. So that's pretty much the advice that I've given them so far. Just playing for each other, and I'm super confident in them.
What do you feel like you have to prove this season?
I don't feel like I have anything to prove. I'm just going into this season, trying to do what's best for the team. And I feel like whatever I do in that instance is going to be what's best for us in the long haul.
When you watch Florida State on film, what stands out the most about their secondary?
Honestly, they got a lot of guys that have played, whether that's at a different place, have played in some games, some pretty good games. They're physical, they got some downhill guys, some guys that can fly around.
Brian, how much stronger are you than even last year?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a lot stronger than last year. Just being able to be in the weight room for a full off season, that was honestly a blessing. Just being able to mold my body the way that not only myself wanted to, but the universe.
So how close are you to outlifting J-Rob?
Oh, nah, Nah, that's a whole nother ballpark. Whenever I see these numbers pop up versus mine, I just act like I ain't see it.
Speaking of that, like how beat up did your body feel at the end of last season? Like, did you feel like you needed a lot of time off to get some rest, or no?
Well, with our strength staff, they did a great job, even with, you know, me not being able to come in the winter and, you know, have a full off season last season. They still did a great job, you know, with the amount of time that we had to, you know, for me to be able to sustain throughout the season. And it wasn't that much of a, you know, drop off.
How sick are you hearing the Florida State war chant in practice and whatnot, trying to simulate the crowd noise?
I actually love it. I used to play it on NCAA 14, so it's nothing to me. You know, it's all noise at the end of the day. So, you know, just focusing on my assignment and my job.
You said this offense could be one of the most dynamic in the country. Obviously, a lot of playmakers, especially once Jam gets back too. But what's it going to take for the offense to live up to that?
Honestly, like I said, just being on the same page. You know, if everyone does their job, we're all 11. Everybody has to do their job. So, you know, just continuing to do the little things day in and day out.
What's your personal goal for this season?
Win a national championship.
You heard Bakwe has been playing scout team quarterback. Gets the chance to play quarterback again. What's it like to see a friend like that give one of the best defenses in the country a look?
I mean, like I said earlier, you know, it's a testament to, you know, the guys that we have in the room, you know, just being selfless and, you know, understanding that it's going to take all of us.
And finally, we heard all SEC media days what a catchable ball Ty throws. I'm interested, outside of just the catchable ball, from a leadership standpoint, how fiery can he get, especially in camp?
Man, you should see him, you know, whenever we were warming up before practice. You can see his vein popping out of his neck. He gets super excited, and that's really the juice that, you know, sometimes the squad needs, because, you know, every day isn't going to be a perfect day, and he knows exactly whenever he could honestly feel it. And, you know, that's all of the leaders in general. We all talk about it, and, you know, we were like, okay, it's one of those days. We could tell, and he always does a great job of, you know, bringing that juice.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.